Hello.
And there we are. After 22 days and 22 hours, we are
Wow,
back
was that long?
online. It was that long. Well, basically there was no news. So how can we do a live
Yeah,
stream if the
true.
news that is there is not even interesting for us? Of course, we had like the Nerds and More special, but that didn't work out. There were a few reasons: Wi-Fi and just terrible cold weather, and a frying pan was disgusting, so I didn't want to film it. Um,
I
so
wasn't there either.
and the lightning conditions were bad, so it wasn't good to do. So anyway, we have some lovely topics thanks to CES and thanks to our source, which is actually in Dutch, so I won't give the name away. It's hard for that info, so I won't give the name away. So Mark, do you want to start off? Actually, I posted a few topics in the list, but you can just pick and start with your Samsung
Hmm. Yeah,
part, which you like because you are an Android
yeah,
fanboy.
yeah, and well, not really a fanboy. I,
No.
I don't I don't well, I do dislike Apple. I don't per se dislike an iPhone because I had an iPhone in my hand sometimes and I fumbled around with it. I mean, it works fine. It's quite good hardware. It's a nice phone. It's just not my kind of phone. I mean, yeah. So yeah, that's my point of view on Apple. I was already looking at my phone because my Samsung is an S10 as well, but an S10e, so it's another version. Apparently, Samsung is now going to release the S10 Lite and the Note 10
Apparently
Lite.
so, yeah.
Yeah, I was reading, but I couldn't really find anything overly special for the phone. One phone has a Snapdragon 855 processor, which is pretty common on high-end
Hmm.
phones. Um, and I'm not even sure if that's the most high-end processor. I don't think so. And the other one has an Exynos 9810. I think it's one of the newest. Yeah, and I mean, there's a good camera in the S10 Lite. There's like three cameras, which you nowadays see a lot. My phone has only two.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. I mean, I don't care really about cameras. This one makes already nice, very nice pictures. So I can
Pictures.
only assume that the S10 Lite makes even better pictures because the camera is a bit more advanced. But for the rest, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage,
Actually, I
same
have
as
them on
my
screen,
yeah,
yeah.
same as my S10e. So it's not very different.
But the price
Um,
is actually quite compelling. I mean,
Sorry.
600. The price is actually pretty good, like 600
Yeah,
euros for that phone. If
for
instead of like a
nowadays,
thousand euros, I mean,
yeah, for nowadays high-end phones, the prices seems to be pretty normal. Although 650 euros, I think I got my phone for 500 something, and the specs are almost the same. So I don't know. It do looks nice. But yeah, I do was actually was more interested in the Note because I was thinking like, what exactly is the difference with the Note? And now I'm reading. The camera is a bit more advanced,
a
even.
pen,
Yeah, you get a
a
pen.
pencil.
But then if I look on what's in it, uh,
It's
it's
roughly
not,
the same
it's
actually,
roughly
but
the same. It's not very different. So and the information is also a bit scarce. So yeah, I don't know. I can advise everybody to buy an S10. The S10 is a good phone. I wouldn't buy the S10, like the top model,
no.
because that one is really too much for that price. But this phone, yeah, could advise anybody to, if you want to have a new phone, an S10, and you were interested in that high end lens, yeah, just buy it. I don't know about the Note though. I cannot
No.
read enough information about that, but.
But the only thing, it has a pencil.
Yeah, a pencil. I used to have a pencil with my
Well,
beginning with my smartphones, but I don't know. Usually, it just falls out, or I ended up using my finger quite a lot. So,
yeah. Well, that's actually the thing with the pen. I think it's quite fun if you like an artist
well,
and you want to
maybe, yeah.
write something on your
Hmm.
phone. Which I'm thinking it's only like a small phone, so maybe for little notes it's cool. But I don't see the real point. Even on my Apple iPad, I don't see the point of using the pencil, as Apple calls it, pencil.
I don't know. Maybe you like to. Maybe you are an artist and you like to doodle. You get out your phone and like to draw on it. But
Yeah, maybe
other
it's
than
not.
that,
It's just not my thing. And I think for the people who are actually into like the note, but don't want to buy like or pay like €1,000 for a phone these days, which I can totally agree on. I think the Note 10 Lite, if you want to have a Samsung Note, Galaxy Note, and you don't want to pay the high-end price, but you want a Note with a pen,
Hmm.
then actually I think it's a quite
Buy
good
this one,
option.
yeah.
By this one, then you're actually done.
And
Uh,
the good thing is both have AMOLED screens, so
yeah,
that does make a difference. If you have LCD, like I had on my previous phone, LCD is not bad, but the resolution is quite low compared to AMOLED, and AMOLED is just way better to look at, and the colors are better. So yeah,
yeah.
have an AMOLED screen.
Have an AMOLED screen, yay! So yeah, that's actually quite cool. And you also wanted to talk about the Intel part.
Yeah, but you go first.
Okay, let's see. What I actually wanted to do, where I have it, the OnePlus, which is actually a quite
Hmm.
funny thing.
To keep
Uh,
talking about phones.
yeah, since we are in the phone spectrum anyway, so let's keep it about phones. The first thing I actually quite like is that the new OnePlus is actually like an electromagnetic glass, and that makes the camera invisible. Which I finally think, if we have an why are you eating? It's actually quite irritating noise.
I'm
It's,
sorry.
it's so goddamn loud because of Skype.
Hmm.
Skype makes it actually quite louder than TeamSpeak does. Um,
I'll stop eating, Ronnie. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, in TeamSpeak it's fine. I don't hear it in TeamSpeak, but in Skype, some
But you are
reason
very sensitive for loud noise.
all sounds in Skype are 10 times higher. But the only thing is, I can't hear your TV in the background. So that's the
Oh,
good
that's good.
part, which I can hear with TeamSpeak.
But
But
my
that's
TV is quite loud because I pushed up the volume.
yeah, but I don't hear it. So actually, Skype is filtering that part out.
Huh. All right. That's good.
So yeah, that's actually quite cool. So actually, which I actually quite like is that the new OnePlus is actually like a phone with an invisible camera because of the electric glass. Which I'm actually quite happy to see that finally they have those stupid cameras at the front, which is actually quite stupid, especially with those iPhones with the stupid notch. I don't like the notch at all. I think all those phones with that stupid notch on the front is stupid. So actually a camera behind the screen because it's invisible. I think that's quite funny. And I think it's quite good, and I hope the quality will be pretty good because we have seen something before, like a hidden camera, but the quality wasn't that great. And so I really hope the OnePlus is actually bringing a good phone. I hope. There is
Yeah.
nothing really much to see. It actually a lot of explaining,
Hmm.
but it's actually shown on CES. So let's see what they bring up to in the future with like cameras behind the glass, so you don't see them anymore. Um,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
That's interesting, huh?
that's quite
Interesting concept.
interesting
Because
concept in it actually.
I think the most cameras are sticking out. Well, my camera, they did a good job because my camera is not really visible. It's just a little thingy in the back. It's only a millimeter, I think. So that's a good job. But my previous phone had a camera that stuck out for like 4 millimeters, almost half a centimeter,
Yeah.
and that it like balanced like this all the time, and the edges already started scratching after a year of use. So yeah, I think a hidden camera is better. Like the hidden antenna in the phone. In the beginning, we had these antennas on the phone. It was very ugly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pull them out even to get a better reception.
So,
So I think this is a good development.
and then the other good part. So that's actually what I think is quite fun. The phone calls themselves the Concept One. Which is actually quite fun that they are finally going to do that. So I'm quite happy with it. So yeah, let's go to the next topic since our topics are relatively short because it's like just new. It's like today.
Shall I do the
CES.
Intel topic?
Yeah, just do the Intel topic. Yeah, come on. You
Right.
can.
So Intel today announced a new high-end laptop processor, and yeah, it's based on the Core i10, so it's quite high-end. But then it's made especially for a laptop, so I assume they turn it down a little bit and they control the heat. Um, yeah, it's quite interesting what they're going to pull in. They did not really announce a lot of information. But it will be interesting to see how that processor is performing, because nowadays high-end processors on laptops
Yep.
are more common, and you can even play a lot of high-end games on laptops. So that's really good. It says it's a 45 watt chip, so
Yeah,
that's not too
45
bad.
watt. It's not too bad actually. And then at
No,
5 gigahertz.
yeah,
Uh,
5 gigahertz also. Yeah, so
wow.
that's not too bad at all. If you have a pretty good laptop with a lot of memory,
Uh,
I think it will work out pretty well.
true.
Uh, the other news is they are announcing a new NUC. So that's like the small form factor.
PC from them, yeah.
Yeah, PC. It's like a little square. That's it, and that will also be like a high-end version. So it will get a Core i9 and unlock multiplier. So people want to overclock with that little thingy. Um, they probably will be very happy to see what kind of results they can press out of
Yeah,
it.
I'm actually quite intrigued actually with the new NUC because I actually like the NUC concept.
Yeah, I do like the NUC concept as well. It seems to be
And I'm
really
finally
good.
happy that it's getting a little bit more powerful
Mm.
because it's always pretty slow. You had like options, but it was quite expensive. And Intel, knowingly, it will be expensive again because it's Intel,
Yeah,
so
it's probably not very cheap,
no,
and
probably
given the
not.
fact that there's an i9 in it and an M2 slot, because I'm reading the article now of previously that it leaked. It's called Ghost Canyon. So
Yep,
it has an M2 slot, and basically the whole motherboard will be on a card with most of the hardware on it.
true.
So DDR4 SODIMMs. I mean, yeah, it's pointed towards uh, totally pointed towards high end. So that will be very interesting. It's such a little thingy. So, hmm, yeah, yeah, I'm intrigued by this thing, and I'm even um, because I still want to buy some kind of PC for my parents because they have a very old one,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
create one. So we'll see and look into this.
I
Yeah,
think
what?
it will be a quite viable option.
Yeah, but an
But
expensive option.
yeah, an expansion, but just for your dad. If he's going to solder something back on, he has to remove the USB plug, otherwise he will kill it again. So just an
Mm.
advice for for your dad.
Yeah, he doesn't do that anymore. He's totally aware now.
Totally well, Uncle.
I'm reading just a little bit more specs. They will have it in three variants. I read.
I
They will
re-
also have an i5 and an i7 version. Yeah, so people can also use that one. I can see 4 USB ports, 2 Ethernet ports. That will be interesting, and 2 USB-C ports,
wow.
and an SD card slot. So that's also good. It's 7.1 digital audio. Interesting,
Interesting, yeah. Well,
and
yeah.
an
Well.
internal 500 watts power supply. So it will be a little beast actually. This thing.
Yeah, I mean, with all those new power supply,
Yeah.
the SFX power supplies, I mean, the
Wow.
small form factors,
Oh,
I think
and it
actually,
will have Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.
yeah,
So
Wi-Fi
it's like
6 actually, that's actually a
yeah,
good bridge actually to our new topic.
exactly.
Wi-Fi 6. The reason why I actually bring it up, won't read all the specs because I will put them on screen so you can actually read them for yourself. The reason is why I'm actually bringing that up because I work for an ISP and a lot of people are actually asking us about Wi-Fi 6 because people are reading it and they finally having a simple name for Wi-Fi, which actually made it for stupid people. For people that are retarded and don't know anything about Wi-Fi. Sorry for those people who think they're not retarded and I make them retarded, but okay, I don't care. So actually, Wi-Fi 5 routers are also there, which I'm actually thinking Wi-Fi 5. No, you have to go Wi-Fi 6 these days. Why do I bring it up? Because actually, finally, they are coming with consumer models who look actually quite heavy, with enough antennas, which are faster. And that's actually why I'm bringing it up. You can read the specs now. I won't tell them. You can see the specs now on screen. It's in Dutch, but anyway.
Wow.
Actually, of the two Wi-Fi 6 routers, actually,
It looks like a TIE fighter.
yeah, two external 2.4 gigahertz antennas and five actually, and then 4 or 5 gigahertz, and I think that's actually quite cool. Easy mesh. Actually, you can actually use like mesh networks, which actually quite cool. So you can extend your Wi-Fi network without changing the name. So you can actually have some smart Wi-Fi. I really hope that Wi-Fi 6 won't be that expensive. Otherwise, people won't buy it. So actually, a lot of people are still on Wi-Fi 5, which actually is also pretty good. But since everyone wants Wi-Fi these days, I think Wi-Fi 6 is actually a pretty good solution. That things are keeping fast because we all want to stream these days. So yeah, I'm actually
Yeah,
quite happy to see that actually there are more brands. The same goes with TP-Link. They will have like a new top model Wi-Fi 6 mesh system, which looks actually pretty good. It's actually more a design thing. I don't need the designing part, but yeah, for people who want this in their living room, they finally get something which is fast enough
it
to
looks
actually.
like a water cooker.
Yes, actually does.
I think the whole mesh thing is good. I think it will be expensive because every time they introduce a new Wi-Fi standard, these routers will be usually about 300 euros, at least in the Netherlands. And
Yep.
always the prices will go down afterwards, and within 2-3 years the price will go down to 150 euros or something.
And the other thing, well, yeah, the other thing is why I'm actually also bringing this up because a lot of people say, I don't know what I understand. Why is Wi-Fi still sold and it's a long term, it's
This is crazy.
deadly for you? And then I'm thinking,
This is crazy
then I'm saying,
conspiracy guy.
then I'm saying, shut the fuck up. I
Yeah.
mean, you're using Wi-Fi and you will call your ISP when your Wi-Fi is bad. So I think it's actually a good thing to have Wi-Fi 6 because then you can finally get higher standards. Wi-Fi 6 doesn't mean that your range is going to increase. That will basically stay the same because people are stupid. They don't want to buy like industrial like great hardware like I have. Uh, so yeah, I think that's quite cool. People can no longer complain that Wi-Fi is slow. But the only thing is, if you want this, you have to invest, and if you don't invest, you won't get it. So you have to pay the premium now, or maybe not full premium, but you still have to pay a premium amount of money for Wi-Fi 6. So do you want that speed? And my phone is frozen once again. I don't know why, and it's
Yeah,
saying, why is it overheating? I don't
I was just
understand.
thinking like I saw your picture. You're sitting out like Jesus with your hands open like this.
There is no reason for my phone to overheat. I don't charge it. It's not above a heat hot screen. It's actually on a cooling bag, so I don't know why my phone is doing this once again. Well, it had these issues. It looks like my e-bike.
It's going
Uh,
crazy.
so I will actually remove my name then for now. So you're the only one that's in picture now. Yeah, just for this second. Why does it happen? There's no reason for
I
my
don't know.
phone to become overheated because it has new cooling paste. I actually opened it today. It has new cooling paste, new battery. There's no reason why my lithium ion batteries become hot. Oh my fuck, my phone expanded a little bit. What the hell is becoming so hot in my phone? Is it seriously
Something's overheating.
seriously my battery again? Wow. I will let it cool down. Um, yeah, they will only see
Well, I
you
can
for
still
now.
hear you. So
Yeah, of course, my microphone is not attached to my phone. That's quite stupid. I mean, I recorded videos on it for like hours and nothing is wrong. But when I'm doing like streaming it to my network, it's suddenly overheating after 20 minutes. So that's quite stupid. But okay. So yeah, they only see you for now, which is fine. So yeah, that's actually quite funny to see, and that my phone's overheating again. Um, yeah, so let's go back to Wi-Fi 6. I think for a lot of people, Wi-Fi 6 will be great, but they don't want to pay the premium, so they will go with cheap solutions, which will work, but they're crap. And a lot of people want to sit like on the front row for as less money as they possibly can. So that will always be the case, and same for Wi-Fi 6. And when I'm reading those specs, I'm actually quite happy with those specs. But it's still like a lot of people use 2.4 gigahertz instead of 5 gigahertz. Um, yeah, that's
hmm,
actually quite fun. So yeah, why not? It. That's cool. It works. Um, then the other topic, which is actually we can talk about it together.
sure.
The new
The Acer
The
Travelmate.
Acer Travelmate P6 with a battery life of 23 hours. It claims that, of course. Which I'm actually quite intrigued that finally, well, it's an Acer, so it's actually maybe it's a slow processor. Let's put it on
It's an
screen.
i7,
Oh,
but it says it's capable for an i7. But yeah, what i7 they don't mention. I mean, you have
no,
a lot of varieties of
lots.
i7s.
But 23 hours, which is actually quite
That's
a
really
lot.
really long. Yeah, yeah.
If you have to work in a train or in an airplane and you have to go to Australia, which I can't really imagine why you want to go to Australia right now. Um, but if you have to go there,
Maybe if you like a lot of heat, then you can go to
let
Australia.
it
But
burn,
otherwise,
let it burn, let it
yeah, I
burn.
wouldn't go there. At least not to the east coast. Maybe to the west coast. That's a bit better. But
Well, unless you want to go smoking there.
I would advise everybody to go to New Zealand. At least that has a normal climate.
So actually, 23 hours, and it will take then less than 45 minutes to get to 50%, which is quite cool. But I think Intel knowingly, because there's an Intel processor, of course, it will be expensive. I mean, I won't think it will be a cheap tablet, a laptop, whatever convertible
No,
it
it won't
might
be
be.
cheap. It's not bad because apart from the processor, which is I think the most important part of a
Like
laptop.
€1,000 at price. Okay, thousand euro
Yeah,
99.
but it has
Wow.
an MX 250 graphics card, so that's pretty good, and can have max 24 gigs of DDR4 memory.
With a max of 1 terabyte
Yeah,
NVMe SSD. Okay.
and you can put a 4G module in it, so you can use it completely mobile, which
Yeah.
you don't see a lot anymore, I think, for laptops nowadays because everything's always pointed to Wi-Fi. But a 4G module can be very handy if you're in an area and you cannot use any Wi-Fi, and you don't mind the amount of data that you're burning. But of course, you can keep that limited. Um, yeah, then a 4G module can be very handy. I used to have I think it was a 3G module on a previous laptop for work, and it was very handy because you could basically use it everywhere without caring about Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it looks like a pretty standard laptop actually. By the way, you can put screen down completely, so you can put 180. I can.
Okay, that is quite funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you want to use it for. Maybe it's a touchscreen. Could be. Um, yeah. So yeah, looks nice.
Looks nice,
Not
actually.
very
Yeah.
cheap, but it seems like a good laptop.
Yep. But yeah, that's what we all want. We want like 23 hours of battery life. And then a lot of people say, yeah, it's too expensive, but hey, it's like new. So you have to wait. It's like new on CES. I mean, okay.
No.
Yeah, that's actually why you have to wait. I mean, if you want to have the premium and you want to have it now, you will pay the premium. Okay.
Maybe some more interesting news if we're talking about Acer anyway. Acer will introduce a 55-inch Ultra HD OLED gaming monitor.
Yeah, I've heard about it,
So
yeah.
it's basically like staring at a TV, and it has an OLED panel. So it's gigantic. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it's full HD. Um, so it says it's tested really well for errors in coloring and uh, reaction times. But of course, you will have to see about that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So why? I mean, it looks very nice, but why would you introduce a 55-inch screen for a PC? Most people are sitting behind a PC quite closely, and then I think the 55-inch will be not that nice to look at. Don't you
Yep.
think?
I don't know. I think it will be not really nice anyway. Hey, my camera's back. Yay, finally.
Yay!
I will actually look it up on hardware.info. I saw the topic, but I didn't really read it out. You said like that screen. Let me see.
Yeah, the funny is that the people who are reacting to the article are basically saying the same thing. It's like, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's an OLED screen, but why
Which
can't
one
you
did you
use your
say?
just use your TV? Huh? What?
Which screen? Oh, where? Oh, there it is.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Huh. Wow. Wow, that's quite expensive.
Yeah, and it's a lot of money.
Oh, I mean, okay, I won't really want to pay that
Yeah,
to
and the
be.
people say, why, you can buy TV for the half the money with the same spec, so you could use that to connect to your computer or whatever device you have. But yeah, 55-inch. I mean, why would you want that? But I don't know. Maybe
Yep,
people like that. I mean, the specs are good,
yep. The specs are pretty good actually, but
and
two.
it is really focused on gaming, I think, because otherwise I would not understand what you want with it. But yeah, I think it's too big. 55-inch. My screen is, I think, what is it, 32 or something, and it's super wide. But yeah, bigger than that, I think it will be annoying.
Well, I think it is too expensive. If I'm looking at it, no way.
Besides the price, yeah,
Besides the
2,700
price,
euro.
I mean, for a no way, 55
Yeah,
inch.
it's
Oh
it's
my
huge.
god.
It's like my TV. My TV is a little
I
bit
mean,
smaller.
I have
It's
a
like insane.
42-inch television on my screen as my monitor because
Yeah,
that's actually too big. But
yeah.
since I do like video editing, it's quite nice. But at least I didn't pay like that amount of money for it years ago, because I didn't have this.
2,700 is really too much.
No
It's
way, no.
120 hertz, but yeah, I don't know.
I will put it on screen. I will
I
not willingly to pay
No,
this.
I would not advise that. I would
No.
I would advise buy a TV of the same order. You can have it for more than half of the money with probably the same spec. So
What a
no.
stupid price. I mean, you don't want to be like Apple or something. I mean,
Well, someone
well,
below here is writing that the price is not correct, but still, it's
I
just
mean, if it had like an Apple logo on it and a real good Apple design, then they will charge like that amount of money. For example, if this was Apple, I won't be surprised at the price. I will actually say, okay, for Apple standard, that's quite cheap because they release like more expensive screens, which are actually more expensive than this. So actually, if Apple said, well, we're going to charge you 25 or 2,700 euros for this screen, I think for
yeah,
Apple
but
prices, for
again,
Apple standards, it will be cheap.
even for Apple standards. But then, I mean,
But
even for Apple, it's too big. What are you
yeah,
gonna do with it if you're going to game on it? It's just too big because you sit close. If you have it as PC screen, you always sit like a meter away from the screen. I'm sitting like a meter away from my screen, and now I got this screen, and it's more than enough. It's even too small sometimes. So I wouldn't know what you want with a 55-inch,
no, I think it's actually too big as a monitor. No way.
and just use it for console gaming. I don't know. Those consoles are usually more adjusted to normal TV. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you want to do with it.
No, me neither. I
No,
can't justice that price. No way.
it's a nice product, but
It looked like a nice product. It looks like pretty high quality. But to say that I want to pay that amount of money for a monitor, which is way too big for most people, um, no.
I've just found another funny article. Um, this is about casings for normal desktop computers.
Yeah.
Um, so there's a funny case. It looks a bit industrial, but also really
Hmm.
really smooth. And it's
Yeah.
the S500 from Thermaltake.
Okay.
It's a mid tower. It has a glass panel, so you can see what's going on inside. And yeah, it looks really nice. Apart from that, it looks like any other PC, but it looks really nice. And I think it has a digital panel on
Hmm.
top or something. Let me
Yeah, I'm
see.
looking at it. Yeah. Okay.
Uh, uh, Yeah, no. It's just very smooth, and it's in all white, so you don't see all white anymore nowadays. So
No,
that's
you
that's
don't.
interesting. It's a nice case. I'm not sure what the price is. Do they say that?
Mm,
Let me just check. Um, yeah, and still can fit a lot of fans.
oh, we like
It's
fans.
about 110 euros, 100,
Mm,
115 euros,
okay.
something like that. So quite expensive, but it's a mid tower, and yeah, it can fit a lot of stuff inside. Yeah, nice.
That looks
I like it.
actually pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the color. I don't think the price is. Yeah, price is a bit high, but yeah, maybe they're more for aesthetics. I don't know.
I don't know. We have to see. And
Yeah, looks nice.
yep. So actually, I see a lot of news, but most of the news actually don't really fit actually me.
No.
Video camera is fine. I mean, I won't even pay that anyway. So yeah, that was actually all the topics. That was actually thinking those are interesting.
I see a topic about sports watches, but yeah, I hate
Well,
that stuff.
me too. I mean, I have already the watch and only you ever need in your entire life. I have it here on my wrist, which is the only watch you will ever need. It will do all the things you can imagine. It will pay for you as long as you have money on your account. It will check you in the public transport. It will
He
tell you.
starts his whole story about his Apple Watch again. Oh God,
It will
stop
tell.
it!
It
Stop
will
it! I don't
tell
want to
you.
hear it.
It will tell you all the useless crap about your
Boo!
health.
Boo! Apple crap! Crapple! Boo!
It will tell you
Boo!
about your heart rate, which is
It's for
cool.
stupid people. Understand?
And I can talk to it. I can even type messages on it. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. The only thing you will ever need. And it's not my hand. Since I'm not a hand model, I will be a watch model.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you can still win that lovely Fit E if you want to. You have to subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
subscribe. Turn it around. Yay!
Yay!
Fitty.
Yeah. If we reach the 50 subscribers on YouTube and Twitch, you will actually draw a winner and you will get it. It will sit here. I have more of them, so that's not the only one.
Sit there in your dirty room.
Actually, yeah, under the condoms and let's not talk about
Between
that.
the sticky tissues under the bed.
Yeah, definitely. So that was actually it for me. I don't have any more topics who are actually interesting me.
No,
Um, so yeah, actually that was actually a pretty good live stream. I actually did some preparation this time. And well, we have to say, enjoy the new year, of course.
yes. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yep, it's my glass is empty, but I will raise my glass anyway. Cheers.
I will raise my beaker.
So yeah, so that actually was quite cool. I will make more videos. I actually have already all the stuff that I need to make videos downstairs. And I will make my first video tomorrow evening since then my mom isn't around, so I can make videos in a quiet house. So I have no people, and I will actually disconnect all the phone lines so people cannot call me. Well, that's actually quite stupid. So last week I wanted to record a video.
Yeah, then
Because
somebody called you
I
in,
was home
in
alone,
between.
and then people are calling me. Yeah, is your mom home? No. Then 10 minutes later, they call again. Is your mom at home? No. You just asked me that 10 minutes ago, you fucking twat. So actually, I will disconnect the phone line so that no one can call me. And if they have to call my phone.
But
like,
are you not going to record in a more silent room then?
I can, but the phone is actually quite loud because my mom
Oh.
actually said it's quite loud. That's also the same thing with the television downstairs, so that's why I can only record when there's no one at home and no one is disturbing me. So that will be on Sunday or on Tuesday. So yeah, that's only the recording days I have, unless I have something else planned. Actually, that's something I will do, and I will actually talk. My first episode, which I will record tomorrow, will be going about coaxial cables and Ethernet cables and HDMI cables. Because I get that question actually a lot on my at my work, which is a good coaxial cable. So I'll actually strip down a cheap cable, a more expensive cable, and an ISP cable, and I will strip them down to show you that the even €50 cable that's exactly the same as the ISP delivers is looking the same and is the same. So just to show the difference, I won't really do a test on them, but I'm actually going to show you the difference. So yeah, that we're actually making that video tomorrow and will be up somewhere this week. And then Mark, of course, also have to make a video since he now can record in 4K. Which actually, I have a device that can record in 4K.
I will make a video of how do you call that? I'll say disconnecting. No, taking apart my my old PC.
Funny.
still stands here, and yeah, still need to get the SSD out of it. I think the two or three SSDs in that thing. I don't know. I have to take it apart and sell all the parts off, because that makes me the most profit, and it pays me back my new computer. So.
Good. And what's the profit you actually want to get on your computer?
Oh, it's not really about the profit. I mean, it's just selling off the parts for
Mhm.
a reasonable price. Usually, I get about 200 to 300 euros from it, because I think I will sell the graphics card.
Well, if you had paid like 300 euro for your GPU back then, you should at least get, if it is still in good condition, 150 euros for it. Otherwise, you will lose too much, accordingly to the profits on RTLZ. So I like that program.
Well, it depends a bit on the current price, but yeah, the
Yeah,
CPU in it is just the last generation. Was it i7? I think i7. So yeah, it should give me some money.
that's
I'm
right.
not really keen on the exact price or something, but as long as I get some money out of it, it covers the cost for my new PC a little bit. So.
Oh yeah, so why not? Yeah. So yeah, that video will be. I will make one video tomorrow, and then actually I will think the ball will start rolling. So I actually get my 4K camera, which is actually just a phone which can record in 4K, which is actually the same phone that Mark has. Actually, his
Yay!
old Lenovo or phone.
No, not
Motor,
Lenovo. It
yeah,
was
well, Motorola is
Motorola Moto
Moto G.
G6
Hmm.
Plus
I have that
something.
I have that phone downstairs.
Yeah, in the wrong version.
Yeah, but it works and it records in 4K.
Well,
So I will
I
actually.
hope it just records indeed, and then it does. Can it record in 4K? I'm not even sure. It always made night videos, so
Yeah, it can record in 4K, which is not really real 4K, but I don't really care. And
I
with
can
me,
record in 4K with 60 frames per second.
well, my iPhone can do as well, but then my iPhone will instantly overheat, since my iPhone is
Yeah.
not designed to record in 4K anyway. So I won't blame iPhone for that. My iPhone is just not designed for that. And my iPhone needs replacement anyway. So yeah, that was it for me, and I don't have any more topics. My video will go up tomorrow. I will make it tomorrow, and then it will go up somewhere.
Very good, Ronnie. I will
Yeah,
watch it.
of course, it will be edited. Okay. Which it will be recorded in. Okay, since I am good and I have the watch that will support me. My Apple Watch will support me at any time.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Shut up. It's time to go offline, Ronnie.
Yeah, sorry. I will see you guys next week in
Yes.
next episode. Or maybe we will do a second live stream somewhere this week because there's a lot of CES news.
Yeah.
Just for a note, we are not at CES, so we have to read from a website. So the information you get from us might not be real
But it is
or
a
true.
very accurate website.
Accurate, yeah. So there might be changes. So if there's any misconception, we don't care. So if we tell you something and it is not the truth, because the website is giving us the wrong information, then so be it, and don't cry in a hole. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye
Bye.
bye.